Celtics in Boston, 113-97. So that series goes back to Philadelphia with the Boston.
Don't play with your food, eat it. You've got to take care of business when
Yes, sir.
When at hand. You got Boston going home. Kudos to Philadelphia.
Yes,
Everyone thought they were dead in the water. What a response.
Anunoby, the drop player in the lead. Brunson stays in front of him late in the clock. Alexander Walker.
And then Brunson makes you pay at the other end.
Instead of 13, it's 19. Now it's front of the week. There's key games in this Eastern Conference playoffs. Thursday night, 6 in the East. Philly, Boston on Peacock. On the in 10, he's 5 assists. So 5 more to a second consecutive triple-double. He's doubled here. Bridges swings it. Hart. Anunoby.
He knocks down the three.
Brunson stayed in front of McCollum as part of the story earlier in this series because of the double down.
But second leading scorer on the year, Alexander Walker, averaged 21 on the season.
Bridges out of the corner. Would have needed that for his confidence. The Hawks bench thought they had Towns on a travel, switching pivot feet. Alexander Walker curl inside. Too much traffic. Got it back.
Oh. And here in the playoffs, in terms of shooting those twos.
Of the player defensively. It is a learning experience for many of these Hawks in a playoff series of the physicality you've got to play with possession by possession. All-time skip pass and another one. Hart for keeping it alive for Anunoby.
It's funny how the home team gets those. The best corner three-point shooter in OG.
Good hands knocked away from Alexander Walker, but his hands keep it alive. Fresh shot clock. He's at the basket for 2.
Post Cat against Daniels.
Towns looking for the foul. 10 to shoot. Brunson a little space. Alexander Walker running out. The Knicks get back so well defensively. Johnson, mid-range. Oh, tippy-toe triple from the logo. Take 1 or 2 of those a game, and I don't think those are the favorite shots of Mike Brown. Knicks had 3 made threes in the first half, 3 already here. Hawks move it to McCollum.
Who's not used to scoring and looking at the hoop. That's a young team for you.
Months ago, and she did the opening monologue. It's available on Peacock, and she told me go watch it. It's really funny. Bridges to the basket.
A move there by Bridges. And finish.
Daniels pitch to Alexander Walker. Bridges. Brunson gives it. Anunoby, 6 to shoot. OG going to work. Stepping back.
It's to his spot. Now it's time to move his feet defensively.
Daniels inside. Go. His offensive struggles were but that athleticism at the basket can get an advantage with some size depending on the matchups. Brunson comes inside.
And he put on Alexander Walker. Non-stop.
At the scorers table, he'll check in at the next whistle. It's Brunson, Hart, McBride, and Clarkson. Sizing up Daniels here. Off the mark, and the rebound secured by the Hawks. Daniels on the advance, and that's what Quinn Snyder wants. That's the way this team closed so well. Push the pace. Alexander Walker hits it up. Screening action happening about the top of the logo. 45 feet away. Cat behind the back pass. McBride tried one more. Long arm at Johnson got in the way.
Gotta go.
Alexander Walker does towards the rim. Knicks get hands in there and a foul on one of the first quarters. Johnson was trapped. Bradley just checked in, set a screen for Kuminga. Deep in the shot clock, nothing going on. Gonna have to be a hero shot from Johnson. The Knicks can keep going.
Great defense.
McBride will stop. Good defense by Gabe Vincent to stop him again. With 5, Mr. Robinson comes to get Alexander Walker. Got him up by the head. And the whistle on the tip.
This is nothing new here for Johnson.
Well, the Extreme Makeover Atlanta edition, 19 and 21 points. And the formation of this Atlanta team, kind of on the fly, was almost a reset. See the Hawks up 8-6.
Very good.
But they were languishing in the East. Locked. Kuminga couldn't finish, but he got a
Position. They were a decent rebounding team. And again, inadvertent turnover. Giving the Knicks all the credit here.
They cried the line. Robinson
All over because the Knicks, especially in this building, they'll burn 1-19 advantage for New York. Cat and OG have 21 rebounds between the two of them.
And some of that plus minus is together. We saw a stretch of about 5 minutes and Chet off that Knicks bench, the assistant, making sure McBride got it over the timeline in time. Now it's going to take two.
They're going to challenge.
Yes.
They're going to challenge it.
Courtney Kirk was 14 for the Knicks, trying to take a 3-2 series lead, win back-to-back games after a split here in games 1 and 2. Split in brings it back to Atlanta. TJ just 4 points on the night. He's been their hot guy. Kuminga, rhythm dribble. Missed it. They shot it on the season at 37%. That was 5th best in the NBA. Alvarado will step back up for Atlanta. One of the best offensive players on the floor. CJ tied up. Jump ball.
Oh my goodness. You see all the black jerseys.
If the possession stays with Atlanta and they tell Alvarado it is you. Now Clarkson a little bit taller trying to get in there. Alvarado called for the loose ball. Says this is bogged down for the last few minutes. You mentioned the defense of the Knicks. Think about the visits we've had here throughout the season as McCollum got exclusive digital rewards there. Members in the U.S. and Canada finish the challenge by May 3rd. You're entered for a chance to win a trip to the defensive end. And as Mike Brown was searching with this team, he kept coming back to the defensive foundation and resetting. Even when Towns takes this one.
You know, people were like, what is going on with New York? Where's their defense? It's been on full display here in this series.
When you look at it, you pull back. Third straight season with 50-plus wins. Just the third time in franchise history. The last 4 times 50-plus. Are they really good? But the answer more nights than not was yes. And you see it coming together on a game and a night like this is coming.
And I'll preface that by saying, if they continue to play defense like they did in Game 4 and tonight.
Alvarado comes to the line. He's at the end where the Rangers Stanley Cup banners are, 1994. And there's Mark Messier, who helped change that drought, Game 7. And in this city, there are demands to be the best. McCollum still cannot get close.
Or bust.
Conwu around Anunoby by Alexander Walker, 16. McBride is blocked by McCollum, but he got it back. Clarkson. Open. Alvarado. Clock off into the third. Kuminga and Anunoby. OG foul.
Some of these physical playoff type games when he was with New Orleans.
Yeah.
We had one of those New York guys and Ron Artest, Meta World Peace, and one of them down, but we wanted Ron to play with that edge, crossing the line a little bit.
And trying to get one here, all the way to the basket, and Nobi! Nope, going the other way. Tries to beat the clock, gets window only. Knicks outscored our NBA on NBC team. Great few days we've had with all these playoff games. See the Oklahoma City in the second round of the playoffs. As we get to that point where teams can advance, Knicks trying to get within 1 win of round 2. Clarkson comes to the basket, hits the deck, and the Hawks down 18, come back the other way.
Got numbers.
It is Kispert trying to find something. He's off the mark. This is an Atlanta team that has shot 10 of 30 from 3. Brunson on the attack. Conversation after game 3 when both Brunson and Towns are on the bench early on. Okongu finishes.
He's sitting the Knicks' best 2 players, Brunson and Towns, to start the 4th.
To Robinson. Kuminga got
Mitchell Robinson, my goodness. Perfect from the field, 7.
But if he was going to sign what the deal was going to be, ended up signing a 2-year deal with Golden State and traded Wizards, a team that played well down the stretch, played well the first couple of games in this series. It's also a team that will have a lottery pick. Moving screen. Hold on. There's not to say that they are out of this game, or
not at all.
Cannot find a way at home in Game 6. So Conway to the basket. Gets fouled. 47, I should say, of the fourth. Speaking of a minute 48, 2:30 Eastern time on NBC. Reg, you've already let America know.
The Puma.
That's your pick.
The Puma, that's my pick. Clyde Frazier. He wore Pumas back in the day. I'm just going with the Puma because of Clyde Frazier.
Those blue Puma Clydes. If you're a kid in New York, that time 7 Princeton fouled here.
Ruin here in New York.
Reg, if this game gets lopsided here in the next couple of minutes, I've got
the horses hasn't done anything.
Javier Castellano. You like Javier as a jock?
I do. I'm a big Javier fan.
He won on Mage in 23. Here you go. Now, Reg knows why.
Puma.
We're just going to help, Reg. That's why you're taking the Puma. 78. Alexander Walker on the pitch. Gets it back. He's hit 4 of the 10 threes for the Hawks. They collapse on Conway.
The way you can shoot with the ball, you can get back in it. But can you stop anyone?
Conway with the block. But the 59-year-old coach of the Hawks going to take a challenge here. See if he can get that
play. The ball ends up in Jonathan Kuminga's hands. It'll be Atlanta ball, side out with 24.
A good, not exceptional challenge team during the regular season. See if they can take advantage of it. Alexander Walker missed the 3. It would have tightened.
On target from where our advantage point was.
Jalen Johnson out defending. On Brunson. Doing the moves, showing the work. Stepping through. 4-2. Johnson wants it back. Johnson got it back. Career high in points, leading this team. 7th in the league in rebounds, too. Jalen Johnson is over 10. Moves that have given the, quote, little guy, 6'2", 6'3", a place in the league. Clarkson looking at another 30-point playoff performance. Working Dyson Daniels, he's feeling it, too. He is absolutely feeling it. Year 4 with the last 2 seasons as those numbers have built. Brunson has scored the last 7 for New York. O'Connell, nope, to pull the ball back as O'Connell went for the steal. Brunson again. He's got the last.
Now he gets the wide open 3.
Dyson Daniels pitched it. Gabe Vincent missed it, knows it, on their feet. We got doubled, gets rid of it. Clarkson.
The trap and get the ball out your hand, make them pay.
And all of a sudden, Knicks have the largest lead of this game at 20. Part 3. Move to 3rd on that list. Only 2 others, Ewing and Clyde.
An assist for Brunson as well.
10 straight for New York to give Atlanta no hope. One-on-one goes at Vincent. And we'll get to the line.
Put a dunk in the paint.
You mentioned earlier the roommate along with Julius Randle. DiVincenzo went to Minnesota. Remember they did that AT&T commercial of DiVincenzo no longer being a part. And Brunson among the Villanova Knicks who have reached out to their former teammate. He had the surgery in New York. Daniels hits. Brunson finally passes. Bridges. About possibly checking into the lineup is at the scorer's table for the Hawks. Jump on the night. Knicks have done a terrific defense.
What he's done in these playoffs has been great, but he's playing above his pay grade. I mean, it should be that guy right there, Jalen Johnson, Alexander Walker. Those are the
4-minute mark of this one, Game 6 in Atlanta Thursday night. There is a need for a Game 7 back here in the Garden on Saturday. Bridges to the bench after his struggles in the middle of the series. The Stars like it tonight.
from injury, and he put on a show in Boston Garden.
33 points. Do the same. As the Knicks starters get one more offensive possession, maybe take a foul and take it to the locker room.
3 of 5 from downtown. What a night for Brunson.
39.
He did the punching first.
Kispert slips, falls into the hands of Buddy Hield. Guy who can get baskets there. He with a 33-point game and a Game 7 win against Houston. So he's got postseason chops. Shaman. De Alvarado fills out the 5 to close this one out. Vincent a 3. I wonder if Buddy Hield gets a few minutes here, if it'll be something Quinn Snyder might tap into in Game 6. Challenge there on side.
There, so
Right.
Jalen Johnson and Alexander Walker can get some looks.
Since the deal happened with Golden State, how have you kept sharp? He said just ton of one-on-one. Just make sure I get my work in on a night-in, night-out basis. And 7, if the Hawks win a 6, a 7 will be back here at the Garden. At 24.
It sounded like it.
As you see in the upper right corner, San Antonio is having its way with Portland.
You do not want a Game 7. Yes, it would be back in this building. But anything is possible in a Game 7.
That will allow Malcolm Dadier to come in the game forward into an early lead and have kept it. Kispert.
A little bit.
No doubt. He's 11-point-plus per game scorer each of his last 3 seasons. 3 by Keaton Wallace off the mark. Brother Casey and the Thunder on their way to round 2. What Orlando has done to Detroit, and Detroit not getting a second scorer. Cade Cunningham.
I doubt he would play there in Game 6, but Detroit in one basket if they are able to win that game back home.
Well, they have come back from 3-1 down against Orlando. It's been a generation. T-Mac is on that team. We got to call the Game 6 of that series at the old Palace of Auburn Hills. Sohan gonna come on in here and get a double-figure scoring game. Buckets. Knicks holding the Hawks under 100 for a second consecutive game. A dominant performance. Street River Avenue in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium. Sinatra's New York, New York. Serenade.